Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? So, got some exciting news for you guys today. Today, we'll be doing a new video series that we'll be creating for my channel, which will be cloud focused in regards to AWS. So, you guys will be seeing a lot more AWS kind of getting started, how to do some things, how to create resources, and then ultimately, I want to get to a point where I will be doing like high level architecture in regards to like how to do a really high available scalable solution for just a random example, honestly. But first we got to get the groundwork going and showing, hey, how does everything work, and then how do you make it all work together. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to essentially spread it out into like 3 different playlists as I kind of go through these videos, where essentially the first one will be showing you, hey, how do I create like something in the console, in the AWS console, which is the GUI web page where you click things and then deploy things from it and then essentially go through it, because that's probably where most of you guys will be if you haven't used any cloud infrastructure yet. It will be a lot of, oh, well, where do I go? What do I click? And, how do I do it, right? So we'll be doing that. And then we're going to kind of shift it over to kind of get it a little bit more automated using AWS CloudFormation, which is their code for infrastructure. Where you define explicitly in YAML the resources that you want to deploy, and then you just upload the YAML and deploy it. So essentially, you don't have to go click, all the buttons. It's just, hey, I write it all out. It deploys, which is amazing. And then we'll be doing AWS CDK in Python, and that'll be the last series where we'll be essentially being able to program and use the CDK package to deploy those resources. So it's a little bit more programmatic as opposed to defining resources in like CloudFormation specifically. So kind of give you like 3 different examples of how to do something and how you can use it to automate, massive builds, or just be like, oh, well, now I need to deploy a VPC and I need to deploy like 20 of them for 20 different projects for like work or something, right? So we'll be doing all that, which will be a lot of fun. So what that means for my home lab series, though, for those of you guys who have been really, sucked in on my home lab series, which is a lot of fun, it will mean I'll be having less content to deploy out, to share out, essentially. But there will definitely be content, just a little bit slower, as I'll be focusing more on the cloud stuff, to kind of just get you guys up to speed on any of the cloud solutions here. But we will definitely have home lab content. If I ever find something interesting, I will 100% share, because honestly, building self-hosted stuff is fun, and finding cool tools to kind of make your home lab even more fun always hits my niche, honestly, at the end of the day. So but to kind of get started with this video, we will be creating an AWS budget and showing you how you can get alerting in regards to how much you're spending in AWS. Why this is important? First of all, it's very easy to create things in the cloud and then go, oh, I'm spending way too much money. Second, your wife might get mad if you're spending a lot of money in the cloud and you can't really hide it, because you can say, oh, for like an electricity bill, oh yeah, we just left the light on, that's why it's so much higher, as opposed to, oh yeah, I just plugged in 3 new servers into my home lab. Yeah, that's definitely not the reason why our electricity bill is so much higher. It's a little bit harder to hide when it says AWS and she's like, what's AWS, right? But the important part is, I know a lot of you guys are like, a lot of home labbers, and this is going to just be out of your pocket. So I want to show you guys how you can set it up real quick to kind of just monitoring how much you're spending in AWS, and just making sure you're not just, oh, I'm just blew up and now I'm paying like $500, $1,000 on a month, just because I left a resource running that I'm not using, right? So let's get started, and I'll show you how you can do that. So we got our nice little AWS console. There is, a decent amount that you can kind of see. A lot of things are just like nothing right now at this point, which is totally fine. But what we'll start off with is, if you go to the search bar and type billing and cost, you'll go to the billing and cost management. So these are what you would call as services. Now, this is a newly created AWS account, so obviously there's no data and you can't see how much I'm spending because I'm not spending anything right now. But what we'll do is go down here and go to budgets and planning and hit budgets. So from here, we'll create a budget, and you can use the template simplified. You could do customized advanced. We're going to stick with the template simplified because this is going to be more than enough for us. So there's a few options that you can check off from it. So if you're trying to do a zero spend budget and use complete AWS free tier stuff, which they have, like you can go AWS free tier and look and see what their free cloud computing, resources is. So you got the free trials, 12 months free and always free. They have things like DynamoDB storage, Lambda runs, SNS CloudWatch, CloudFront, Cognito, and other things. So you can definitely take a look, see what they have. So like code commit, code build, code pipeline, things like that to kind of just see what they have for free so that you can use too. But what we will be doing, we'll be doing a monthly budget cost because at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be spending some money just, buying some domains, doing things for like videos so that I can kind of show you how this would all work, and be put together. So what we'll do, and I'll put, a monthly budget cost, so you can define a monthly budget cost, and I'll do like $20. If I'm spending more than $20, I should probably get alerted. And then you just enter your email here. So we'll do /drew501@gmail.com. And then you can see how it says you'll be notified when, one, your actual spend reaches 85%. So when I'm spending at least 85, it will alert. And then two, your actual spend reaches 100. So I'll get a second alert saying, hey, I actually hit 20. Or if my forecasted spend reaches 100. And the forecasted spend is something AWS does where it's saying, hey, based off of the previous days or the last, few hours or whatnot, like if I've had my EC2 instance on for, the last week, it's probably going to be on the rest of the month, and it'll be, this is how much it's forecasted to spend. So that's kind of how it works. So then you create budget. So you can see the monthly budget cost. So you can see thresholds are okay. $20 amount currently used, current versus budgeted. So you can see a few things. You can click back on it, and you can actually edit the alerts. So you can see how it gave the 3 custom alerts that I did. But say, for example, you didn't actually want like actual cost is 80%, right? You wanted something different. We would actually go back. Sorry, I actually clicked the thing. Alerts, and check that. We will edit alerts. So we can configure the alert over here, edit threshold, and you can see down here we can edit it to be, whatever percentage, like 50%, for example, right? If I'm spending is it 80? 50%. So when I hit $10, alert me, right? So we can save that, hit next, and save. And now you can see that we have a new alert. Same alert, but it's different, and actual cost over 50%. So that's kind of how you get started with budgeting, which will be pretty much really based off of how much you want to spend and how much your wife will yell at you on how much you spend on your tech stuff. You can set it to whatever you'd like here. So that's where we'll get started for this. And my next video will probably do basic VPC, which is virtual private cloud, how to set that up and getting started with that. So stay tuned, guys. Hopefully you guys do enjoy my cloud series here. I'm very excited to kind of get it started. So hopefully you guys enjoy it too, and maybe you guys will get started in your own home cloud lab. I guess in this case, it's not home lab anymore; it's a cloud lab. And let me know in the comments if you guys are looking for something very specific on like a service or something that AWS offers and how maybe you utilize it. And if it's something that's kind of up my alley, I might create a video on it. So let me know in the comments. But if you enjoyed the video and looking forward to the series, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.